We got ice golems. We got bats. And we got witches. We got bat witches. That's right, the frozen bat witch. We got a powerful new Town Hall 11 attack. We took the best of both worlds. A Town Hall 10 in the frozen witch and a Town Hall 12 in the Batslap. Put them together. Boom. Great, awesome, powerful Town Hall 11. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wanted to break down this attack. Now in this video, I'm going to put it in a couple different ways. So first, we're going to just watch the attack straight through 11 versus 11. Then I'm going to do a detailed breakdown of the attack, as well as give you some tips and tricks and things that you're going to want to look for to make this attack successful. Then, what's that? We're going to look at a Town Hall 11 versus a Town Hall 12, 3-star of this attack also. And then the grand finale is going to be Town Hall 12 versus Town Hall 12 using a variation of this attack. I'm going to go ahead and put timestamps down below for you guys who want to maybe skip through, but I encourage you, I'm going to be giving you little tidbits on this attack all the way along. So please watch the whole thing. Okay, so here we go. We're looking at a max Town Hall 11 here. You can look at all the cannons, the infernos, and everything. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start by dropping witches on one side, witches on the others, backed by healers. 2 ice golems are going to go down, and it's okay. They're just going to tank for the wall racker, get troops into the middle after that funnel's been created. Ice golems pop, then they are frozen right there. Wall wreckers, rage goes down. Going to go ahead and try to get the troops through that single shot inferno there. And then they're going to go to work. They're going to keep working their way down to that town hall. Now that the funnel's created, kind of our kill squad, I guess you could say, or the main body of the attack is for sure going to take out that town hall. Bats go down at the 12 o'clock. Bats take out a, let's see, they took out a whiz tower that was being distracted. Air defense, they're going to take out an expo, a bomb tower, 2 Teslas, an archer tower. Now they're going perfect timing on that freeze to get that wizard tower frozen. Looks like another freeze is going to go down. Gets that expo as well. Bats are going to take out that wizard tower. They may finish off that expo. Doesn't look like it. The expo stays up and alive. However, taking out all those defenses did clear a way for the witches up top. Looks like we still have a ice golem from the clan castle, and then you've got all those troops headed around the south. So we kind of got a 2-pronged attack right now. King's still up, Warden's still up, Archer Queen is still up, and they're working their way through. Plenty of skellies to distract everything. You've got the wardens there doing some work. Skellies are moving in, taking out all those troops. Witches are doing good. Now, we're at the point where we have a cannon and a single shot inferno left, and those are going to go down with the quickness. And that's all she wrote. A beautiful Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 frozen bat witch. Okay, so let's break down this attack in a little bit more detail. I'm about to get to that right here. I've got the screen frozen. We're going to look at the actual deployment that's going to take place here. Before I do, though, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to a recent sub. We got Javier Santa Maria. I like saying that name. But hey man, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I definitely appreciate it. If at any point in time anyone else out there watching this video wants to go ahead and support the channel, I sure do appreciate it. Why don't you drop a sub, hit the notification button, check me out on Discord if you have any questions about this attack or anything like that. You want to just play Clash of Clans or whatever. I'm going to put the link down in the description as well to join my Discord server. Okay. That being said, shameless plug out of the way, let's go ahead and break down this attack. Now, this attack, I worked on it with Alexandria the Great. I featured her in a couple other attacks. She's a Town Hall 11 monster at war. She does a great job pulling out 3 stars. You know, I was looking at my Town Hall 10, and I'm a big fan of the Frozen Witch, and we were looking at variations of the Bow Witch, and I was like, you know, you should do a Frozen Witch with bats and ice golems. And so we kind of started tweaking that attack and working with it, worked it within the clan, kind of developed the attack, and then it kind of came to fruition as to what it is today. So it's kind of like a variation on a Town Hall 10 Frozen Witch, but adding in ice golems as well as bats to make a pretty dominant Town Hall 11 attack. Now, so deployment. Let's see. So we got here, you're going to drop 4 witches. Could be 5 witches, depending on how many buildings you need to clear out. You're going to drop witches here with healer support here, and here is where she drops them. And she's kind of targeting this, you know, this top upper coordinate right around here. That ideally is the goal, and getting the wall wrecker kind of coming this way through here to get to the town hall is the plan. So witches are going to start out taking out trash buildings, here and here and here. Now behind that is going to go ice golems. So ice golems are going to go here, and another ice golem is going to go here. Right behind the ice golems, you want those ice golems to definitely start tanking for the wall wrecker, especially when you have a single shot inferno that's that close to the wall. I mean, you want the ice golems to pop early, and that helps get the wall wrecker through. So wall wrecker is going to go down right behind that. Then the remainder of the witches, usually you had 5 or 6 left, going to go ahead and put them down in the middle, start taking out those buildings, and then heroes as well. Now you may need to delay this a little bit and not drop them all right away to make sure that the heroes go in the middle or go towards, you know, basically you're creating a proper funnel. You don't want your queen to walk, you don't want your warden to walk, or you don't want anyone to walk to the sides. So you're creating your funnel here like so, and then just sending the troops in. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let's go ahead and watch this attack again. Okay, there we go. So witches are down, healers are down, ice golems go in, right? We got the wall wrecker, and the king goes down first, then queen, then warden. It looks like she actually puts the witches behind the heroes, which is also perfectly fine to do that. A little bit of a concern of things walking at this point in town, but when those ice golems go off, they just kind of froze everything. Witches get ahead of the heroes, and the heroes are now going into the middle. And so this is working great, essentially. Now, here's, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, but here's one of the key things that's going on here is this, where are we at? There we go. This wizard tower right here is where the bats are going to start. So instead of wasting a freeze, you know, you've got your main core down here. They're pretty well set, and they're going to be engaging that eagle artillery really soon, because the eagle artillery is distracted, as well as this wizard tower is distracted. So bats are going to go in up at around the 11 to 12 o'clock, right about here. And then the very first thing that they're going to go for is that whiz tower, because if you know anything about bats, you know that whiz towers completely wreck them. So what the bats are going to do is they are going to come here and here and here. But she waits until that whiz tower is distracted by all these witches and skellies right here to send in the bats. Then bats are going to come here, and they actually split, which is unfortunate, and some come here, and then some come onto this expo, and 2 Teslas are going to pop right next to that expo, and she finishes up here, freezing that whiz tower, doesn't get to that other expo. But at that point, she takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 defenses with the bats by themselves, and that keeps the witches on the north side of the base alive, as well as so that way they can work their way around, and that kind of takes all those defenses out. So you don't really need any back end troops, because right now your main body is going to come down and around and through like this, and if you didn't have those bats taking that out, then you'd have all these back end troops to take care of. So that being said, let's go ahead and continue this attack. Okay, so here we coming on in. Clan Castle troops are going in there, and you'll see bats go in beautifully. Wizard Tower's distracted. Takes out Archer Tower, takes out Air Defense. Now, really quickly, one thing that we did miss is in the Wall Wrecker is going to be 2 ice golems. That's going to be important. At Town Hall 12, you can put a peck and an ice golem in there, but getting that extra frozen defense in there really helps freeze and just kind of solidify that core. So they tank really well, and they also provide an extra freeze, which allows you to keep your freeze spells to be able to freeze any wizard towers for the bats. So having the ice golems in there is actually is very important. Okay. So let's see, so we got the king down, the queen's down, the warden's ground. Pop the warden's ability bats are clearing out. Typically you want to use the warden's ability to protect the wall wrecker and the attacking troops from both the eagle artillery or any infernos that might be there. So bats are completely dead, but you have a huge contingent. Now, queen kind of decides to go up on her own, and she gets taken out pretty quick here. Giant bomb goes off, Expo's locked in on her, she's going to go down. King's almost down. He's going to do a little more tanking out front. We just got the warden left, and you'll see at this point there's not much left to really detail, other than you just got tons of witches in there. That single shot inferno can't really do much to those witches at all. The Skelly's distracted for that wizard tower. That was the only real threat left to the witches. A couple of single cannons. I mean, it looks like you've got maybe 8 or more witches still up, as well as the warden. So completely dominant attack. There's probably a couple things that could have gone a little better, but for the most part, this was kind of the inception of the attack, where it was like, okay, this is going to work. This is going to be an awesome attack. So okay, so now we're going to check out a 11v12. Now, as you can see by this base, it's not a max 12. It does have a max 12 town hall, and it does have a lot of max defenses. So a couple of town hall 11 level whiz towers, town hall 11 level cannons. So not a max town hall 12, but still some substantial defense. In that giga tesla inside of or the mega tesla, whatever you call it, inside of the town hall is a threat to be reckoned with. So typically you want to go and make sure you take out the eagle artillery on these things, and it was kind of risky to leave the eagle artillery up in the top north all by itself like that. But for the most part, you got to go for that Town Hall 12. On these island silo bases, you can't leave the Town Hall 12 alone, because the defense alone will completely wreck bats. So she knows this going into this, sends in the Town Hall, breaks it. Got lucky there that the Town Hall popped, so that way the ice golems could lock onto it. You got to drag some hazardous troops there. And so bats are going to go in the 5 o'clock. Or sorry, not the 5 o'clock, the 8 o'clock. Takes out that Inferno Tower, does a good job. You got that contingent of witches going around up top. There was 3 wizard towers stacked at the bottom of this base, so it was perfect for this. You got single shot Infernos, and the bats are just going through and wrecking right now. You've got a single shot Inferno, eagle artillery left, and then that 1 wizard tower is all that's left. So she gets an early freeze on it there. Probably just want to make sure not lose that small contingent of bats up there. They take it out easily, and now there's nothing left whatsoever. So not a max Town Hall 12, but a beautifully executed attack, because it has extra expos, it has extra infernos, higher level expos and higher level infernos as well. But she was still able to pull off this frozen bat witch attack against a Town Hall 12, which gives it some viability. So another great attack. Next up, we're going to check out a Town Hall 12 versus a Town Hall 12. Okay, so after seeing how successful this attack had been, and a lot of the Town Hall 11s in our attack are actually using this exact same attack now, I thought, you know what? Why don't we try it against a Town Hall 12? I mean, it's completely viable. Now, you'll look and see here, this is a near max Town Hall 12, pretty much max defenses in terms of eagle artillery as well as infernos. But once again, this base is prime for bats. If you want to defend against bat attacks, set your infernos to multi. Bring your wizard towers kind of in. Don't put them on the outside to where they're easily distracted and or attacked. You know, there's some keys to defending against bat attacks, and this base is not it. So once again, I'm going to send the wall wrecker and everything straight at the Town Hall 12 because I don't like playing around when it comes to that Mega Tesla. And in the process of doing so, I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3 whiz towers. Now, looking at this base, I can go either way. I'm going to be attacking on a corner, so I can't really control, you know, my troops are going to be heavy on one side, and I'm not sure which side it's going to be. So I'm kind of ready. Once the bats go in, I'm going to watch them the whole time. But I'm going to wait until the clan castle troops are lured, and then the 2 whiz towers on the side of the Town Hall 12 are either destroyed or distracted, one of the others. And I'll restate there. Actually, I see the Inferno that's next to the Town Hall is a multi-Inferno. So I want to take that one out as well because that's going to be the biggest threat to the bats. Ideally, I don't want the bats to go anywhere near that Town Hall. I want that Town Hall to be gone before the bats go in because I don't want them getting distracted and getting completely obliterated. So let's go ahead and watch this attack. Okay, so same as before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop witches on the outside backed by healers, and then you'll see I've got a little bit more troop space instead of a Town Hall 11, and I of course have maxed my troops because I do not have max ice golems yet. I am working them up because this attack is incredibly fun. Adjust my volume. So let's see, I drop 5 and then healers behind 5 and then healers behind. Ice golems go in and they just kind of freeze that initial defense. You know, it's okay that they get taken out. We're not looking for them to really last that long. Funnel is created. Wall wrecker breaks through. Heroes are going right in on that corner and they're going to go kind of right up the middle. So this funnel actually develops nicely. Wall wrecker goes in. Now I put a P.E.K.K.A. in the wall wrecker because I like to have that P.E.K.K.A. under rage, and I'm going to save my rage and then drop it there so that way that P.E.K.K.A. under rage should be able to take out that Town Hall by itself. Now Wizard Tower on the left is gone. Wizard Tower on the right is distracted and almost gone. So now it's going to be bat time. So I put bats over at the 9 o'clock side. I got to freeze that upper Wiz Tower. Now I kind of panicked here and I lose some bats. They split and the Wizard Tower actually got a burst off, but fortunately my bats are still kind of coming out of the spells, so it wasn't too terribly catastrophic. Now bats kind of split in the middle. They go to take out the Eagle Artillery. Unfortunately, those Expos in there were pointed up, and so they were doing some damage there, took some bats out. Now, they're kind of split at this point, but at this point I know I've got it. Eagle Artillery goes down. I'm going to go ahead and freeze this last Wiz Tower a little early, keep my witches alive. But between the witches and the bats, they're going to take it down. Bats are pretty much fizzling out. Those Teslas will take them out. I even have a spare freeze that I didn't really need. You see, I still got my queen up. I still got my warden. Plenty of skeletons to work through, and we just completely melted a Town Hall 12. I mean, like it was nothing. You know, so I'm super happy with this attack. I've almost got my ice golems max, and at that point, I mean, you know, we're just going to keep going with this thing and see what we can do. There you have it, folks. That's a brand new attack to me and my clan anyway. I haven't seen it out there at all. You know, and I watch a lot of videos on Clash of Clans and, you know, trying to get better at this game and watching the pros go. And, you know, I've yet to see this one. So to me, this is a brand new attack. I hope that you all enjoy it, appreciate it, can incorporate it into your repertoire of attacks. You know, it's not a perfect attack. It does have a few weaknesses. Some of those weaknesses are similar to almost any bad attack. It's going to be the placement of the wizard towers. It's going to be whether or not infernos are set to multi or whether or not they're set to single. You know, if they're all set to single, bat away with the whatever bat attack of your choice. If they're all set to multi, then maybe you should look at something like a P.E.K.K.A Smash, or maybe a Bow Witch or something that's going to bring heavy ground, or even hogs too. Miners are also viable as well if the Infernos are set to multi. So I mean, you know, there is no one attack fits all. This is a super strong attack and very powerful. We saw it successful several times in this most recent CWL, and a lot of my guys in my clan have been using it now. And I mean, we're 3-star and left and right at the Town Hall 11. Still needs some refinement at Town Hall 12, but then again, no Town Hall 12 war attack is going to be easy. They're all pretty difficult because Town Hall 12 is the current meta. I mean, it's the highest Town Hall there is. So I hope you enjoyed this attack. Remember, subscribe if you want to see any of my other content. Drop a like if you want, and I'll catch you on the next one.